I needed to pick up a few things at Walmart before it closed, and I thought nothing of it. As I walked through the store, the fluorescent lights hummed overhead, casting eerie shadows in the late-night quiet. I noticed him right away, an unsettling man in a tattered coat, his eyes fixed on me. At first, I dismissed it as mere coincidence, but his presence grew impossible to ignore. No matter where I turned, he was there, always lurking a few aisles away. Panic bubbled inside me as I realized he was following me. Desperate to escape his relentless gaze, I increased my pace, but he matched my every move. I told myself it was paranoia, but the sense of unease persisted. I reached the checkout lanes, my heart pounding, and glanced around. The man was gone. I breathed a sigh of relief and paid for my items. As I left the store and stepped into the deserted parking lot, I finally felt safe. But as I approached my car, my heart stopped. There he was, standing by my car, a sinister grin stretching across his face. I backed away slowly, ready to sprint back into the store. But as I turned, I bumped into something. A man, his face contorted in a twisted smile. My scream echoed through the empty parking lot as I fell to the ground, my phone slipping from my hand. The two men closed in, their laughter chilling to the bone. Suddenly, the store's automatic doors slid open, and a security guard rushed out. The men fled, disappearing into the darkness. I was shaken but unharmed, and the security guard assured me they would review the surveillance footage. As I drove away, I couldn't shake the feeling that the Walmart watcher would return, a sinister presence that had turned a routine shopping trip into a chilling ordeal. It was a late evening, and the empty parking lot greeted me as I entered Walmart. I thought the solitude would make for a quick and peaceful shopping trip. But as I moved through the aisles, an unsettling feeling washed over me. A man, tall and shadowy, appeared around every corner, his presence relentless. At first, I brushed it off as mere coincidence, but his eerie persistence began to trouble me. My heart raced as I noticed him following, always a few steps behind. Panic bubbled up, and I considered confronting him. But something about his demeanor filled me with dread, urging me to keep my distance. Desperate to escape, I made a sudden turn and dashed to a different aisle. My heart pounded in my chest as I checked over my shoulder, only to find him still there, a menacing silhouette in the dimly lit store. I tried to rationalize it, convincing myself it was paranoia, but as I reached the checkout lanes, I realized he was gone. I sighed in relief and paid for my items. Outside, the night air felt like salvation. I loaded my car, my sense of unease dissipating. But as I settled into the driver's seat, I spotted him in the rearview mirror, standing behind my car. Fear gripped me as I locked the doors. He approached, his face shrouded in darkness. My voice caught in my throat, and I fumbled for my phone. Just as he reached for the door handle, a security guard emerged from the store. The man fled into the night, disappearing into the shadows. The security guard assured me they would review surveillance footage. As I drove away, I couldn't shake the feeling that the man would return, a shadowed figure that had turned a routine shopping trip into a chilling encounter with the unknown. It was an ordinary evening, and I had to stop by Walmart for some last-minute groceries. As I navigated the aisles, the familiar fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, casting long, eerie shadows. I first noticed him near the produce section, a tall, gaunt man with hollow eyes. I assumed it was a coincidence, but his presence quickly became impossible to ignore. He followed me, always lingering a few steps away. My heart quickened, and a chill ran down my spine as I realized he was tracking my every move. Panic swelled inside me, urging me to escape, but his eerie persistence trapped me in a sinister game of pursuit. I tried to lose him, darting through the store, changing Aisleys, and even pretending to shop, but he stayed with me like a shadow that refused to dissipate. As I approached the checkout lanes, I thought I'd finally shaken him off, but when I glanced behind, he was there, his expression devoid of emotion. I paid for my items, my hands trembling, and made my way to the exit. The automatic doors slid open, and I hurried toward my car, desperate to leave this nightmarish encounter behind. But just as I reached my car, he appeared out of nowhere, his eyes locked onto mine. Fear paralyzed me, my keys slipping from my hand. I fumbled for my phone, ready to dial 911, when a security guard approached. The man backed away into the shadows, disappearing into the night. The security guard promised to review surveillance footage and advised me to be cautious. As I drove home, I couldn't shake the feeling that the silent pursuer would return, a chilling reminder that danger can lurk in the most mundane of places, turning a routine shopping trip into a terrifying ordeal.